This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank, playoff games and classic games from last year. We have De La Salle battling Pittsburgh and Salinas meet San Benito from this week, and we'll relive this double overtime thriller from last season.
This week's volleyball includes Menlo Atherton battling Amador Valley and Notre Dame Belmont in a marathon battle with Foothill. And we'll show you the story of the Piedmont volleyball star and her battle with a rare disease, all part of a smoky week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Because of postponed games with all the smoke this weekend, not as many games were played this week.
So we thought we'd show you some of the best games from last year's football playoffs. Here is one of those classic games at St. Francis taking on Grace Brethren for the state title. Captains from St. Francis and Grace Brethren meeting at midfield to square off for the D2A state final game. Grace Brethren on the board first. Give it to 7 McGee. His name is 7, but his number's 5. He's a freshman, so he probably didn't get to choose his number. A pretty good freshman, though. The Lancers in red up 7-0. Second quarter, and St. Francis answers back. Reed Vettel heaves it deep through Evan Williams. He hauls it in for a touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, and St. Francis takes the 8-7 lead. Lancers looking for more in their next possession. Give it to Daryl Page, and he channels his inner beast mode, breaking tackle after tackle before getting brought down near the goal line. That sets it up for Opeti Fangupa, who stretches for the score. 15-7 Lancers in the lead. But back comes Grace Brethren before halftime. Michael Zeeley pump fakes and throws to the win for Jermel Jones, who makes the catch and turns on the Jets. 72 yards for the score. 15-13 St. Francis at halftime. Grace looking for more in the second half, but St. Francis just making plays on defense. Joshua Picola gets to the QB for the sack. And the Lancers looking to put the finishing touches on this one, handed off to Fangupo. And the big man powers his way through defenders to move the chains. That sets it up for Vettel, who finds Williams again for another touchdown as the St. Francis Lancers win the Division II-A title for the first time in school history. They finish the season with an 11-4 record, that 11th win, the state championship.
Starting off our NorCal volleyball coverage now with Menlo Atherton taking on Amador Valley in the first. Amador's Abby Swindale passes to Helen Zhao, who sets it for Sarah Reibel. The Dons are up. The Dons take the first. Jillian Wettenauer to Zhao to Rachel Malmrose, who tools it off the block. AV up in the first. Second set, the Bears on the attack. Erica Fisher to Mariah Grover to Natalie Grover, and Natalie slams it down. But the Dons, too powerful. Swindale to Zhao to Reibel, who splits the block for the kill. Amador Valley leads this one 2-0. A turn of events in the third. Zhao sends it to Malia Jackson, who hits the sideline for the point. And here the Bears doing it on defense. Merritt Hoyam rejects the shot at the net, and the Bears take the third set by 3. We go to the fourth, and it was a crazy one. MA leads it early. Bella Shermis to Mariah Grover with the deep set to Emma Spint, who smashes it in. Then it's Catherine Jones bumping to Mariah, who finds Spin again for the rocket over the net. MA now with an 8-point lead. But Amador Valley comes back. Swindale to Zhao, who backsets Reibel to cut the deficit to 1. It's the terrific trio again, Swindale, Zhao, and Reibel, and that one is not coming back as Amador Valley wins the match in 4 sets to move on in the NorCal playoffs. Reibel leading the way with 15 kills.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikus Center.
The Rikus Center producing an original rap every week based on last week's games. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Rikus Center, these are your Players of the Week. Coming at you, Cal High Sports.
Running out the South Bay, seen you know a cruise. Even if the lineman trying, yeah, he snooze, he lose. They took down the Falcons 40-18. Scored 4 times a lead, mean touchdown machine. 333 yards, man, he's in the zone. He carried the Cardinals and brought the trophy home. Mr. Cruz is going MVP for sure. Watch it for number 2. If you blink, it's just a blur.
Making a name for himself, it's Taman Evans. This QB really knows how to make some sevens. He threw 5 touchdowns in the first round of the playoffs. You know he's used to hearing first down. Leading scoring drives for the Deans and Dons. He's in his prime like Amazon, racking up 283 yards worth of completions to secure the win. Playoff achievement. Yeah, coming to you live from the Rikus Center. Lil Dub, Big Murph, Cal High Sports, your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
Your kneecap, or patella bone, is usually resting right in a groove at the end of your thigh bone, called the femoral trochlea. It glides up and down this groove when you flex and extend your knee. The patella can pop in and out of this groove after an injury, leading to significant pain and swelling. Classically, it is rotating outward on an extended knee or direct fall under the kneecap that can do this. Unlike knee ligament injuries, where patients often feel a pop, people often feel two separate pops in patella dislocation, one when it comes out and one when it slides back in. People with knock knees or valgus alignment and those with loose joints are at higher risk for recurrence. Physical therapy is very important to stabilize the patella and the trochlea, since the tracking of your kneecap really relies on the muscle balance from the quadriceps.
Coming up, another classic football game. It's the Serra Padres playing for a state title.
And to the hardwood for NorCal Division I volleyball action between Notre Dame Belmont and Foothill.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Defender twice my size. Bring it. Down by 2? I got this. I love this game as much as the pros. I may not play for the Warriors, but I have the same doctors. Teaming up to keep the pros and me at the top of our game.
The biggest Wrangler sale in Cali is at the #1 volume dealer in Cali, South County of Gilroy and South County of Marin. We have to sell 200 Wranglers by the end of the month. Get $10,000 off the remaining 017 new Wranglers in stock. Unbelievable! Lifted topless Rubicons, Sahara hardtops, soft tops, lifted to the max. So go over the biggest mountain. Get to your favorite hunting ground, your favorite beach, and enjoy life. There are millions of people in Cali, but only 200 will get this deal.
Welcome back. Time to show another one of the thrilling games played from last season's playoffs.
This one has the Serra Padres in the state title game. Tonight's game looks to be a battle between two outstanding junior quarterbacks. Number 5, Jaden Daniels for Cajon, the Cowboys quarterback, putting up 70 points last week. But on Serra's side, Luke Botari was just as outstanding last week as the Padres put up 76 points. It's Serra and Cajon for the state title on the line in tonight's Block Construction blockbuster game. The Padres on the board first in the first as Botari tosses to Isaiah Kendrick, who waltzes in 7-0 Serra. Second quarter, same score, Botari rolling out, and he's going to find Isaiah Kendrick again. This time over the middle, Isaiah makes the catch and then makes a move and races upfield before finally being chased out of bounds. And that leads to this Kendrick dive into the end zone, and it's a 14-0 Serra Padres lead. But Serra turns the ball over just before the half, and Cajon goes for it all. With time running out, Jaden Daniels to 6'8", wideout Darren Jones, who makes the grab in the end zone. 14-7 Padres at the half. Early second half, after a Serra turnover, the Cowboys go on a 15-play, 99-yard drive, finishing on this Daniels touchdown run. We're tied at 14 in the third. But on the ensuing kickoff, the Cowboys think they have Malachi Rango in chains, but somehow Rango breaks loose, spinning free, and racing all the way to the 3-yard line. A huge momentum boost for the Padres, who score on a short run to make it 21-14. Going into the fourth quarter with the lead, and the fans were feeling it. The Padres continue to pound the ball. This Isaiah Kendrick run leading to another short TD run, 28-14 Padres. The Padre D doing a great job all night long. Tavesi Vakalahi, Edmund Laulau, and Montez Davis combining on the sack. David Coker with a big run here. David had a huge night for Serra, this leading to another short TD run, and that means a shower for head coach Patrick Walsh as the Serra Padres win their first ever state football title with Coker, Kendrick, and a stifling defense leading the way.
It means everything. We're taking it back to Sarah. You know, last year was just a stepping stone, and now we just imprinted our name in history.
It's been on our mind ever since last year, and we came back here and we came up short, and that's what's been motivating us. And this title just means so much, so great for this team and for Sarah.
It's the Carlmont Scots hosting Sacred Heart Prep in the D2 NorCal Finals. Gators with a quick lead in the first, a big reason being their stellar defense. Alexa Bartlett put up a wall and the Gators take the 10-4 lead. Gators on the attack. Celia Charlton bumps it to Haley Martella, who sets it to Elena Radev. SHP takes the set 25-16. Carlmont grabs another lead in the second as Jules Tan gives it to Sophie Shrivastava. She dumps it over the net. Nice trick play there. But the Gators get in a rhythm. Eliza Foley bumps it to Martella, and she sets it to Regan Smith and slams it in for the kill. SHP takes the second set by 5. Carlmont took the momentum in the third. SHP tries to get the kill on the overpass, but the Scots' Maya McClellan is too fast. Carlmont takes the third. Scots light a fire in the fourth. Here's Maya to Shrivastava to Alicia Mitha, who rips it home. Scots take the 25-18, forcing a fifth set. And what an exciting set it was. Gators match point, but Carlmont ties it up as Morgan McClellan passes to Shrivastava. She sets it to Maya for the kill. SHP gets another match point. Regan finds Martella. She sets it across the court, ending this game to none other than Kate Dessler. The Gators are crowned D2 NorCal champs. What a huge win for Dessler, leading the way with 24 kills. Off to Pleasanton with some more NorCal playoff action between top-seeded Foothill and 16th-seeded Notre Dame Belmont. A kill from Grace Olson off the set of Emily Haskell gives Foothill the 3-point advantage, and here is Olson using every bit of her 6'3" body to stuff that one. Falcons lead the first 16-7, but the Tigers would come back to tie this set up. Vanessa Pan and Kelly Shackle teaming up for the block, and as Shauna Ram sets it over to Olson, and the Falcons would take the first by the minimum 26-24. Tigers would tie it up in a set apiece, and in the third, a block off the hands of Shea Hansen, and it lands inbounds. And this was a hard-fought set, tied at 24. Delaney Walsh with a set-saving dig. Abby Miller kills it off the Chrissy Smoot set. Tigers with set point here. Kendall Peters, the serve, perfection. But here are the Falcons with set point in the fourth. Ram sets it over to Olson in the corner. She tools it off the block, and the Falcons force a fifth set. The student section was pretty stoked about that. Foothill with the momentum. Haley Roundtree goes one-on-one with a Tiger at the net, and it is stuffed. Foothill advances to the quarterfinals. Olson with a spectacular 28 kills. Each week, South County Chrysler brings us the Coach of the Week award.
This week's Coach of the Week is Independence head coach Steve Pappen. The Sixers ended their season a perfect 10-0 last week, finishing all alone in first place in the Santa Teresa division.
Coach Pap, this week's South County Chrysler Coach of the Week.
Coming up, a great game played last year. It's Acalanes taking on Campo Lindo in a classic.
First, take a look at our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Volleyball Power Ranking.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
F Tony, Y Knight, 15-week Y Sif. Y left out, I left Ace, Z drift. Once he takes one step up, we got him. Stack formation, created our separation, explosive down the sideline.
Play action, Garoppolo dropping. Great catch by Juszczyk. Marquise Goodwin, stone cold Kittle.
We finished those last 5 games playing the best we had all year. Get better or worse, you never stay the same, and we need to make sure we get better. I believe when we go out on the field, we're gonna have a chance to win every single Sunday.
High school sports builds character, builds communities, builds legacies, and Block Construction plays a big part in this, building state-of-the-art athletic facilities all around the Bay Area. With an unwavering commitment to teamwork, innovation, and quality workmanship, Block Construction places great value on dedication, performance, and successful outcomes. Block projects inspire excellence and are a place where memories and legacies are built. Block Construction, we care, we prepare, we perform.
I'm Luke Matari. I started Play for Prevention to help raise awareness about teen suicides and see what we can do to help suicides in the future. When I lost my good friend to suicide, it hit me hard. I thought we can all do more to keep this from happening again. I formed Play for Prevention and started talking to teens at games, at their schools, and through our website playforp.org. Our goal is to bring a voice to the stigma of teen suicide to everyone involved and to have a resource for open discussion, ultimate support, and friendship. For more information and to see how you can help, go to our website at playforp.org.
This is Linus High, and this is the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with another game that we thought was really great from last season. League rivals Acalanes and Campo Lindo played in one of our most thrilling games from last season.
Lots of talented seniors in that game. 2 of them ended up being our players of the year. The can't miss game played at Acalanes High School.
A huge crowd at Acalanes High School for this big league rivalry game. Into the first, John Torchio will plow his way into the end zone for Campo's first touchdown of the game. Fast forward to the second quarter, it's Torchio again stepping back and finding Parker Windat, who takes this one 55 yards. Cougars up 14-0. A few moments later, the Dons taking charge on offense. Robbie Rowell goes deep to Chris Rogers, an acrobatic grab. Incredible play there. Very next play, Rowell goes across the middle on the quick pass to Brian Merkin for the Dons' first touchdown of the game. 3 minutes left, the Dons take possession. Watch out because Rowell is not only dangerous with his arm, but he can run. Rowell shedding a couple of attackers, finding a hole. Look at him go, diving across the end zone to tie this game at 14-all at the half. Very next quarter, this game gets exciting to watch. Torchio pitches this one to Shunashida on the read option. He'll go along the sideline and find the end zone, and we're tied at 21-all. Fourth quarter now, Dons looking to take the lead. Rowell goes deep for his buddy Merker again. His second touchdown of the game, and it's now 28-21 Dons. But with the game tied at 28-all, Rowell takes this one for himself on the play action, diving into the end zone as time expires, and Rowell wins it for the Dons with a come-behind 35-28 victory.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Chiara Biagini joins us now with the story of a Piedmont volleyball star overcoming a rare illness.
Robert, the Piedmont Highlanders just finished their season falling short in the NCS playoffs, but great athletes learn how to accept defeat without excuse in order to get better. That is what Daniela Scove has been doing her entire life. Meet Daniela Scove, an elite competitor for the Piedmont Highlanders. To get here, Daniela has used a tenacious work ethic with no excuses. At age 7, Daniela was diagnosed with MPGN, a rare immune deficiency targeting the kidneys. As a result, young Daniela was put on heavy medication.
My mom always likes to joke though, because the medicine was so strong, it made you gain a lot of weight, and so especially in your cheeks. And so when I was 7, I was like a very chubby kid, and I had big cheeks.
Despite the chubby cheeks, the disease was manageable. But at age 11, Daniela started to lose a significant amount of weight. The Scove family rushed Daniela to the hospital, and the doctors performed a biopsy in a kidney. The results were unexpected.
That morning I had found out that I was in remission with my MPGN, and that afternoon I found out I was diagnosed with Graves' disease.
Defeating one disease and being diagnosed with another all on the same day. Tragedy, right? Well, not so much for Daniela.
I just remember my mom like sobbing, and I was kind of like, what's the big deal?
And with that optimism, Daniela began her fight against Graves' disease. And 6 years later, she continues her fight every day.
It motivates me as a coach, and I think that it motivates her teammates too, of knowing that she has these high aspirations to be the best athlete that she can be, and they look at her as kind of a leader on the court, as like, oh my God, she's doing all of these things, like I need to do better because of the things that she's going through right now.
In order to be the best athlete that she can be, Daniela has to carefully manage her disease with daily medication. Without the medicine, Daniela encounters weight loss, muscle loss, and tachycardia, an abnormally rapid heart rate.
Ironically, I don't tell a lot of people about my disease because when I was younger, I was always afraid that people would like kind of pity me because of it. I always like knew that I wanted to play sports, and so I just always worked really hard to make up for these problems that I had, you know.
Daniella's disease does not hold her back at all. She's determined to work harder than anyone else in order to find success. No excuses.
You have to appreciate Daniella and her determination. She does not let this disease hinder her life in any way, and she has expectations to play volleyball at the collegiate level.
Yeah, and she's such a positive person and so outgoing, great personality.
Yes, very optimistic.
All right, very good. Thanks, Key.
Daniella Scove is our Be Human Inspirational Athlete this week. To nominate your favorite inspirational athlete, download the Be Human app in the App Store and use the tag Inspirational Athlete to share what makes your nominee so inspirational. Be Human is humanizing social media. Be Human, inspire, and be inspired.
Coming up, a thrilling NCS playoff game from last season. It's Piedmont and Harker.
And Santa Clara takes on Independence in double overtime football when we come back.
The Callaways wanted to share the beauty of our country with their kids through the gift of travel, but fulfilling this dream seemed out of reach. Familiar with their adventurous ambition, Tri-Counties Bank personal banker Violet Diaz and team explored different financial avenues, sending them down the road with a flexible home equity line of credit to fund a family RV. Now lasting memories are on the horizon. That's service worth sharing. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
Serino Group is committed to giving you the very best service when buying or selling a home, but we're also committed to giving back to the communities we serve. We are encouraged to see the good and uphold it. Serino Group has pledged to give 1% of our gross commissions to charitable and community groups making a positive difference. Serino Group has donated more than $2 million to these groups since the inception of the 1% for Good program in 2012. Go to our website to see the list of recipients. Serino Group, our community is your community.
Hi, Ed Graziani, a founding member of the Serino Group. I'm proud to support high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine in Palo Alto, and I'm proud to support high school athletes on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare.
The Harker three-man band has got this postseason game covered. The Eagles receiving opening kickoff. Anthony Contreras is deep. He gets it at the 2-yard line, and by the time this run is done, he's going to be at the Highlanders' 25-yard line, a 73-yard return for Contreras. 2 minutes later, we're still in the same drive. QB Nate Kelly with a quick pass to Floyd Gordon. He's at the 20, and he's going to fight for this one. The Eagles go up 7-0. 4 minutes until the half, and Harker now has a 14-0 lead. Gordon is 15 yards out. He looks like he's going to go down at the 5, but no! He shovels it to Aaron Smith, and that's a touchdown. Play of the week potential for sure, 21-0. But in the second half, Piedmont comes out with a vengeance. Quarterback Jacob Prager to Will Kalmbach, and he stretches into the end zone. Looks like he broke the plane, but the ref says no. No worries, though. The Highlanders would score on the next play. 24-6 the score. 5 minutes later, Prager again to Kalmbach. Watch this, a defender knocks the ball out of Kalmbach's hands. He catches it between his legs, and the ball never hits the ground. But 4th and goal for the Highlanders, and the Harker defense comes up with the stop. Final quarter, it's the Harker offense with the reverse. Kelly gives it to Contreras, and he's going to run up the near sideline. A 50-yard run that leads to the Eagles' 5th touchdown of the night. They take the 37-6 lead. 2 minutes left on the clock. The Highlanders trying to get upfield, but Harker's Jared Anderson is there with the interception. The Harker doing some spectacular work all night long. Piedmont would score on the last play of the game, but the Eagles stamp their ticket to the Division IV semifinals. They're 11-0 on the season, and their miraculous run gets extended by one more game. They are the Harker Eagles. It's our game MVP, Nate Kelly. Nate, you've been for this team since your freshman year, but what is it about this team that has made it so successful?
Just the effort that this team, every single guy on this team puts in every single day. We come to practice ready to go to work, and we have an amazing coaching staff to lead us into this, and we have great captains, great leaders. Every single guy on this team is a leader, whether they have the C on their jersey or not, and we just come here and put the effort, put in the work, and it's showing.
Now, James, the offense puts the points on the board, but this defense had 6 shutouts this season. It couldn't have happened without them, right?
Yeah.
What has been the key to this defense?
The key to the defense is most of the offseason, we prepared ourselves like more than any other team. And coming into the season, we prided our defense the most out of every team. And to not allow any points like scored on the board really like prepared us for the next week, so yeah.
Floyd, this was your 11th win. The 12th win takes you to the championship, and the 13th win takes the trophy back with you. What is it going to take to get that trophy?
Like James said, all season we've been talking about, executing details, and that's what we've been focused on. And our motto is business year, and we eating, right? We eating, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be eating. We've eaten, baby. We're eating.
13, the Eagles' lucky number. Good luck in the semi, guys. Guys, take us out.
CCS D4 action. This is Santa Clara hosting the Independent 76ers, and it was a good one. The Bruins on the board first. Chris Brown hands it to Eric Ketton, who runs it into the house. PAT missed. 76ers now with possession. Quarterback Alex Vasquez runs it up the middle. That leads to a Jason Lamb rushing TD. The 76ers take a 7-6 lead. The Bruins punch back. Brown fakes the handoff, takes it himself, diving into the end zone. 12-7 Bruins at the half. Third quarter, Shubham Bondry now in at quarterback, hands it to Ketton. He breaks free and turns on the Jets. Touchdown Bruins. It's 18-7 Santa Clara. Santa Clara gets a field goal to make it 21-7, but the Sixers begin their comeback. Vasquez connects with Isaiah Gonzalez for a big first down right there. A terrific catch. Next, it's Lamb running it in for his second TD of the night. Indy down by just 7. With 1 minute left to play in the game, the Sixers send this one into overtime as Vasquez finds Gonzalez, who brings it home, and we're tied at 21-all. Indy gets the ball first in OT. Lamb with a nice TD run up the middle. Santa Clara answers back. Ketton at quarterback, muscling into the end zone. PAT missed. We're not done yet. Santa Clara with the ball in the second OT. Ketton once again diving in for his 4th score of the night. 33-27 Bruins. Sixers looking to force another OT, but John Ramirez and Dante Candler get the sack as Santa Clara gets a thrilling victory. The Bruins will play the winner of Leland Willow Glen in the second round. Highlights from that game in just a bit.
It's a rematch of last year's CCS D1 final as Milpitas takes on Menlo Atherton. The Trojan defense came to play early. The pass is deflected, and it's picked off by Tuni Falatau Fafita, and Tuni gets the wheels going 46 yards to the house, and no one's going to catch him as Milpitas takes a 7-0 lead after 1. Back come the Bears in the second quarter. Miles Conrad looks and finds Spencer Corona, who shoves off a tackle and dives into the end zone for a touchdown to knot it up at 7. Milpitas gets the offense started in the third. Tyree Bracey connects with Fafita, and he runs for some extra yards to move the chains. That sets it up for Tyree, who scrambles and throws it to his brother, Tariq Bracey, who walks it in for the score. It's 14-7 Trojans. MA looking to answer, but Mr. Explosive Tariq Bracey comes up with a pick, and he is gone. 25 yards to the house to extend the Milpitas lead to 14. The Bears on the attack again, but Noah Rodriguez comes in with the interception as the Trojans have the 21-7 lead after 3. A safety and a field goal gives Milpitas a 26-7 lead in the fourth, but here come the Bears. Conrad fires one to Khalifi Le'eatoa, and the senior cuts the Milpitas lead to 13. The Bears continue the comeback trail as Conrad finds Corona for the TD, but not enough as Milpitas wins it 33-20 to advance to the D1 finals. Will they meet Salinas next week? Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Tony Nardelli, a junior captain on the Mountain View water polo team. Tony volunteers his time helping teach math as part of the English Language Development Program at Mountain View. Tony explains why the volunteer work is a great match for him.
I think it's a great way to help the community. I mean, I'm also practicing my Spanish, and this was my former math teacher that kind of gave me the idea. And so I thought I'd, practice Spanish while helping the community.
Coming up, another classic game as Bishop O'Dowd takes on Marin Catholic.
And state title volleyball as the Presentation Panthers didn't win a league game all year. They go for a state title next.
North Bay sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. BOD Marin Catholic winner plays Cardinal Newman for the D3 championship. Kicking things off in the second quarter, MC up by a TD. Our player of the week, Quinn Brennan, gets a snap. He runs to the far side, doesn't see an open man, then looks back to the near side, and there with a jump ball is Isaiah Petre. The PAT from Ryan Anderson is good. BOD goes up 7-6. Just seconds left in the half. Brennan from the Dragons' 43-yard line lobs it up. And there on the receiving end is Oregon commit Javon Holland, a 57-yard pass. The Dragons go into the third with a 13-6 lead. But Marin Catholic is averaging over 50 points a game. Spencer Petrus with a short pass to Anthony Marino. He's going to run a while. He moves the Wildcats up about 25. That would lead to a TD. We're tied at 13 going into the final quarter. Not even a minute into the fourth, Brennan with a handoff to Austin Jones. He stiff arms a guy, and the Dragons go up 20-13. 5 minutes later, Wildcats on the prowl. Petrus throws a long one, and there with the catch is Peter Brown. He had an awesome game on defense as well. 2 plays later, MC sticking with Petra's arm. It's high, it's deep, and it's a touchdown. That's Gavin Cook fighting with the safety for possession. He's got it. The PAT is no good, though, and the Dragons still have the 20-19 lead. Less than a minute left in the game. The Wildcats put an end to it. Petra's to Cook, 25-20. The Wildcats pull off the nail-biter to advance to the NC D2 championship. Petra's one heck of a game. The Presentation Panthers playing in their final game of the season, taking on Rancho Bernardo for the state title. The Broncos already up by 1 set. That's Lauren Kwan with the ace to go up 3-0. But Prez hangs in there. Serena Zanata to Jenna Sandal to tie it up at 9. But the Broncos would go on to win set 2. Zoe Zachili to Jessica Malone to Julia Callan, and the Panthers are in a bit of a bind. On to the third set, it's Malone with the set over to Zachili to take the lead in the third. But the Panthers are not ready to end their season. Sophia Strauss to Zanato to Katie LeBaron, and the Panthers take the 2-point lead. Then Prez starts rolling. Zanato to Sandal, and Presentation would go on to take the third, 25-18. And then the Panthers would absolutely dominate the fourth set. Set point 24-15, Carissa Fernandez, Zanato, LeBaron, and we're going to a fifth set. Rancho starts off strong. Malone assists Chile in that kill, and they would take the 6-1 lead. But the Panthers would take the next 4 points, make that 5. Sandal with the kill to tie it at 6. A thrilling game comes down to the wire. The Panthers with championship point. Zanato, Abby Montgomery, and they pulled it off. The underdogs from Presentation take home the state championship. Look at the Panthers smiling from ear to ear. LeBaron with a great game to end her senior season.
Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we showed tonight on either DVD or we'll send it to you digitally. Go to 49erscalhighsports.com to order.
And be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and on Instagram. If you like us on your TV, you should give us a like on Facebook, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube page. That's where you can find and share all the highlights and features you see on the show every week.
One Hit Away brings us great advice on concussion prevention.
Here's Dr. Rhonda Esmaris with this week's tip.
An athlete's age and gender can influence the symptoms and healing of a concussion. Research shows that our brains are not fully developed physically and neurologically until the age of 25. So the younger the athlete, the more intense or frequent symptoms may occur, and the longer it may take to be less symptomatic and or heal. Data suggests female athletes sustain more concussions than their male counterparts. A major reason results from females not having the same head-neck muscle mass as males. Regardless of age and gender, it's important to recognize a concussion and treat it appropriately. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up, our Block Construction NCS Blockbuster game as De La Salle meets Pittsburgh.
And Branham battles Carondelet in NorCal Volleyball when we come back.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
The Rikers Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community, offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
The biggest Wrangler sale in Cali is at the #1 volume dealer in Cali, South County of Gilroy and South County of Marin. We have to sell 200 Wranglers by the end of the month. Get $10,000 off the remaining 017 new Wranglers in stock. Unbelievable! Lifted topless Rubicons, Sahara hardtops, soft tops, lifted to the max. So go over the biggest mountain. Get to your favorite hunting ground, your favorite beach, and enjoy life. There are millions of people in Cali, but only 200 will get this deal.
The De La Salle Spartans begin their run toward another state title this week. The Spartans with a very impressive 10-0 regular season.
The Spartans taking on an awesome squad from Pittsburgh. The Pirates had a very tough schedule, but brought home some big wins. The Pirates, of course, the last Bay Area team to beat De La Salle. That was a long time ago. It's Pitt and De La Salle in our Block Construction NCS Blockbuster game, and our Austin Manili was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight's game is a rematch of last year's NCS Open Division Championship as De La Salle hosts Pittsburgh. The Spartans and the Pirates were able to reach the state championship game in separate divisions last year, but both teams fell short of a state title. While each squad comes in tonight highly ranked in the state, Pittsburgh was the last Northern California team who defeated De La Salle and looks to be the first to take down the Spartans in 27 years. It's the first round of the NCS Open Division playoff action in this week's Block Construction Blockbuster game.
De La Salle will get the ball rolling on their very first drive. Dorian Hale on the screen pass to Lumagia Hearns, who sprints out into the open field and takes this one to the house for an 86-yard TD. And De La Salle is up 7-0 in the first minute of the game. Pitt would then get started on their first drive, but Jahazi Wilson says never step on the track when the train comes through. Spartans force a 3-and-out. Leading to De La Salle marching downfield with Dorian Hale on the read option and strolls into the end zone as De La Salle is already up 17-0. Pittsburgh would look to get started here with Jerry Johnson rolling out of the pocket and finds Elijah Roberts, who makes the catch after it is tipped off the defender. The next play, and it's Roberts again on the slant over the middle and gets drilled and manages to hang on for the first down, but Pitt would turn the ball over later that drive. As De La Salle takes over with 4 minutes left in the third, Shamar Garrett will follow his blockers for a 30-yard touchdown run, and he was just getting started. Because as the Pirates will look to march downfield, Garrett can also play on both sides of the ball, and he was just being a one-man army by locking down the secondary to pick this one off and sets up De La Salle into the opponent's territory. That very next play, oh look, Shamar can also pass the ball. Is there anything this guy can't do? But what a grab on the other end by Grant Daly. And the De La Salle Spartans are up 31-0 closing out the third. Into the final quarter, and De La Salle just allowed nothing past them all game. Eric Storty intercepts a pass for his team's 4th turnover in this game. The Spartans would seal the deal with the sophomore Makai Norfleet strolling in for his own rushing touchdown as the De La Salle Spartans roll through to the next round of the NCS playoffs. Garrett explains his thoughts from tonight's game.
It was a big win. We know it was a redemption game because, we've been messing up for the last couple of weeks and we just working in practice. I just had to thank my line, man. I can't do it without them. We've been working hard in practice and everything just hit as well.
In Concord for the Blockbuster game, I'm Austin Manili, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Carondelet Cougars taking the court in this NorCal Division II first-round matchup. The Cougs off to a fast start in the first. Catherine Helgeson to Maya Hank to Jackie Brown, who just crushes it. Branham battling back, Alex Bergantz to Alexa Gaddis, deep to Carissa Molitor, who tools it off the block for the Bruins point. But the Cougars will take the first. Carondelet controlling the play at the net all night long. Here with the double block from Brown and Ava Merton, Carondelet takes the first. More Cougars in the second. Helgeson to Hank, over to Mackenzie Hastings for the kill. Up 2-0 in the third. The Cougars are down 6-0, but fight back. Hank to the middle for Brown, and that's what Brown can do for you. The Bruins retake a 7-point lead here. Mia Voss to Gaddis, over to Molitor, who rips it home. But the Cougars go on a run midway through the set as Helgeson goes to Hank, who sets Brown, who takes the angle. and Carondelet takes the lead in the third here. Hank to Merton, and the lefty sophomore is really impressive as Carondelet advances in 3 straight sets. Merton leading the Cougars with 11 kills.
We're going straight to the highlights from the Fremont-Cupertino game Friday. Diego Zamora with the QB keeper, and he plunges in for the first points of the game. 7-0 Pioneers. Cupertino on the attack again. Hand it to Joey Wilson, and look at him break tackles. No one's going to catch him. 14-0 Coop after 1. Fremont looking to respond, but Dominic Stewart comes up with the pick to keep the 14-point lead intact at halftime. But Fremont's got something brewing in the third. Roman Stein will connect with Isaiah Cardenas on the slant to cut the deficit in half. Still in the third quarter now, and Stein throws a bullet right to Rodney Chand for the touchdown to tie it up at 14 after 3. Now 21-14 Cupertino in the fourth, and Roman Stein heaves one deep to Chan, who makes the grab and rolls untouched for 6. The point after is good, ties things up at 21. Pioneers answer right back, give it to Alex Brockhouse, and he's gonna do the rest, sprinting past the defenders down the sideline for the TD 28-21 Coop. The Firebirds not giving up without a fight. Stein scrambles out of the pocket and connects with Chan for his third touchdown of the night to knot it up at 28 after regulation. First overtime now, and it's Brockhouse getting it done again. 35-28 Coop. Fremont now digging deep in the playbook. Jonathan Gutierrez takes the pitch and connects with Chan in the back of the zone to send it to second overtime. Fremont would score first, but Cupertino not giving up just yet. Hand it to Brockhouse again, and he finds his zone for the 4th time. It's tied at 42. Third OT now, and Zamora finds an open Joey Wilson for the touchdown. 49-42 Pioneers. Fremont looking to force a 4th overtime, but the pass is incomplete, and Cupertino holds on to win it 49-42 in triple overtime. Each week, the Harker School will celebrate its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Bishop O'Dowd volleyball superstar Michelle Owabede, who sports a 4.3 grade point average.
Very impressive. Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates its girls varsity golf team for its WBAL League Championship, the first since 2006. The team took 2nd place in CCS, then hit the links in their quest for a NorCal championship, finishing 7th. Congratulations on a stellar season for a very young team, and they'll be ready for next year. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Each week, Adobe brings us a tip on how to use great Adobe products to improve your highlight reel or team video.
Here is this week's Adobe tip. Here's an interesting transition to bring in a title. We're going to make this title flicker in and out. Put the title on your timeline above the video, then add a second version of the title and shorten it to just 1 frame. Duplicate this frame 2 more times so you have 3 individual frames of this title. Then spread these frames out and put them in front of the title and again in back. Now when the video rolls, the title will flicker on and off. Just another way you can use the Adobe Creative Cloud to make your video better than all the rest. Coming up, we head south as San Benito takes on league rival Salinas.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for football.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Drive a little, save a lot. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by the Serino Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer.
And I'm Keith Andry.
And we are both brokers with Serino Group. Many of you will remember legendary football coach Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband, who was a champion of high school sports. And together, Keith and I support high school sports in our Bay Area.
We head south now for a CCS Open Division I game between the San Benito Hay Baylors and the Salinas Cowboys.
These league rivals played each other just 2 weeks ago, with the Baylors winning that one by just 1 touchdown. There's a little more on the line this time around, with the winner advancing in the CCS playoffs. The Baylors and Cowboys in Salinas Friday night. The Salinas student section fired up as the Cowboys take on league rival San Benito in the CCS playoffs. The Hay Baylors get on the board first, give it to Steven Navarro. He finds a hole and is gone. 41 yards to the house. PAT is no good. It's 6-0 Hollister, but the Cowboys come back. Carl Richardson with the pass to Ivan Curiel, and he's going to run for a while to the 9-yard line. Salinas would score on the next play at 7-6. But back come the Baylors. It's Navarro again finding the hole and breaking a couple of tackles for a 30-yard gain, and San Benito looking to punch it in from the 1, but a host of Cowboys makes a big-time stop, and Salinas holds a 1-point lead after 1. Salinas threatening early in the second. Richardson dumps it to Roderick Gaskins Jr., who takes it to the 5-yard line for a nice gain, then handed to Michael Cortez, who scampers in for the touchdown. 14-6 Cowboys, and Salinas on the attack again later in the quarter. Richardson rolls to the right and throws on the run to Gaskins, who makes the catch, and he is gone 29 yards this time. It's 21-6 Cowboys, and Salinas gets the ball back just before the half. Matthew Scott nails a 35-yard field goal, and it's 24-6 Salinas. The Cowboys looking to score another touchdown early in the third, but the pass is picked off by Marcus Aranda, and the penalty puts the ball at the 31-yard line. San Benito takes advantage of the turnover. Michael McShane connects with Navarro for a 21-yard gain. The Baylors score a couple plays later. It's 31-14 Cowboys, but the game belongs to Salinas. Gaskins takes the handoff and powers his way into the end zone as the Cowboys win this one 38-14 to advance to the D1 semifinals.
Oh, we just bought into Coach Tank's program, followed the game plan. I feel like we executed really well. You know, beat him up front in the trenches, and I think that was really the key, and able to buy into Coach Tank's program.
Hardest team, I mean, we honestly are a real family. You know, you can see with the bleach and everything, it's a part of the team, the family. As you can tell, even Coach Zank is part of it, so the hardest team is really big.
It's the battle of the Monarchs for the Open State title. Mitty and Mater Dei. Mater Dei beat Mitty earlier in the season. Set number 1, a dig by Kelsey Campeau. Mia to Anigua to Sienna Seacrest, but Mitty still has a 6-point lead. Going all the way to set point, Julia Devine to Michaela Tanaka, over to Nicole Adele, and Mitty goes up by 1 set. And they're close to going up by 2 sets here. Their lead 24-18, and again it's Devine to Tanaka Liddell for the set winner, and Mitty is sitting pretty with a 2-set lead, and the rest of the team's happy about that. Mitty down by 1 early, and Devine isn't having any of that. She denies the kill to tie it at 4. But Mater Dei came out this set guns blazing. They're up 20-14 here to Anigua with the set to Meg Brown, and their lead hits 7. But Mitty cuts the deficit to 1. Mater Dei in possession. Mandalay Renan, 2 to Anigua, 2 Sienna Seacrest. MD looking strong, but Mitty hanging in there. Tanaka with the backward set over to Cameron Kaoli. She gets it right on the line, and the Monarchs tied at 23. The score now 26-25 Monarchs. That means championship point. Kaoli in the corner. The block goes out of bounds, and that means a Mitty victory. The Monarchs win their 6th straight state title, the 14th in program history. Helping make that happen were seniors Liddell and Devine.
The Pioneer girls volleyball team won a league title this season.
The Mustang season is now done, and the girls met up with Shanberries from 99.7 now at the Rikus Center this week to talk about that awesome season.
Hey, we're here at the Rikus Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Hey, it's Shan from 99.7 now, here with the ladies of the Pioneer girls volleyball team. Love that energy, and I gotta give it up to you ladies. You guys are #1 in league right now. Tell me about this season.
Well, I'm really proud of these girls because we worked so hard and no days off to get to where we are now, and it's been really, really rewarding because towards the end of the season versus Willow Glen and Leland, we just look like a totally different team out there, and we've worked really, really hard, so it's really rewarding.
Well, congratulations. You should feel rewarded. Alana, tell me about some of those challenges and how you overcame them this season.
So we did lose 7 seniors from last year, so it's a completely new team. We have younger people on here who did awesome this season. So in the beginning, it was really difficult to kind of find how we were going to click together, our team chemistry. We worked on it, we did team bondings, and we were able to finally find a way we can work together as a team, and like Krista said, beat Leland and Willow Glen and show them how we are a different team and obviously better.
Well, amazingly, because you guys are #1 right now. Alicia, I love to end with traditions. Tell me about some of those traditions for you guys.
We have this thing called Big Sister, Little Sister, where everyone in the whole program is linked with someone, but you don't know who it is. And every home game, you bring goodies and gifts, and it's just like a little encouragement thing. And then towards the end, it's revealed who is your big sister, who is your little sister, and it's really nice because all the little ones look up to the older ones, and everyone, it just brings everyone closer together.
I love that. You ladies should be so proud of yourselves. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm Shan from the Fernando and Greg Show. You can catch me every morning, 6 to 10 a.m. and then 10 to 2 on 99.7 Now. Give it up for the ladies of the Pioneer Girls Volleyball Team.
Pioneer! DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to the Foothill Falcons. The Falcons winning set 4 to force a 5th set, and they ended up taking home the win. The student section was stoked. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Tim Dempsey. Today's training tip is a jump to stick exercise. Excellent exercise to work on stability on your landing. They're going to jump up, land on one leg, jump on two, land on one, focusing sitting back on the hip, maintaining alignment. If I want to make this a little bit harder, as she gets up in the air, I can give her a little bit of a push. As she keeps going, jump again on two, landing on one, sitting back into the hip, maintaining your stability.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a very cool pair of headphones like these, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi's Stadium. The date is now set. It'll be Monday, May 20th.
So that means we have 26 more Play of the Week winners to invite. Let's see who our 13th winner is. Here it is.
Play of the Week.
We start with the big De La Salle Pittsburgh game and a nice catch here by Elijah Roberts, but an equally great hit by Eric Storty. De La Salle's Grant Daly with a diving catch here in the end zone. A nice play off the halfback pass, and the Spartans have another touchdown. Take a break, Grant. Back to volleyball. The bump here by Delaney Walsh. A terrific effort there, and then Abby Miller with the big-time smackdown. Here's Elijah Roberts again one more time for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Off the tip pass, great concentration by Elijah, who makes the catch. But the Play of the Week goes to Roderick Gaskins Jr. for Salinas with a terrific touchdown run, break and tackles, hot rod into the end zone. Roderick Gaskins Jr. says, say hello to the hand, and then powers his way in from the 5-yard line for the Salinas Cowboys Play of the Week. That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week for the story of a football team that's successful on the field, largely because of the bond they share off of it. See you next week.